Friends have asked me, Michael, you have moved over 900 miles to be closer to the magic, and now Disney's closed because of this global situation. Do you regret moving? Not at all. Today's a great day to answer that question and go over the 9-month update of living in the Orlando area. First things first, right off the bat, was it the right thing to do? Yes, it was. Do I regret moving to the Orlando area? Not one bit. In the time that I've lived in the Orlando area, I have learned to appreciate so much more than just Disney. Keep in mind, I love Disney. Big part of, being here, love of the magic, it's not going away, love of Disney. But since it's closed for now, and it is, and it will eventually pass, we'll be able to get back there soon, it has given me a deeper appreciation of my new community. I love the weather, the community of people together, and the relaxed pace of life. Let's start first with the weather, and I know we're not into the heat of the summer yet. I realized that, I got it, but I still really love being able to be in shorts and a t-shirt and Hawaiian shirt whenever I feel like it. It is just magical. I think that I was meant to live in this kind of weather. I'll get back to that subject once we get into the heat of the summer, so hold on to that thought until then. But for now, love the weather living in the area. Next up is the people, and I have had nothing but the greatest interactions with people in this community. It has been unbelievable. And not just the Disney community, but the greater Orlando community, the people around me, and it's just everyone's so nice, so friendly, it's just everyone wants to smile and waving at you, saying hi. It's unlike anything I've experienced before, and I'm so grateful to my neighbors. Then we come to the pace of life, and I feel like it's much more relaxed than what you find in the DC area. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's like this cone, you're near DC, so everything kind of goes out from there. But in the Orlando area, as far as I have felt, the difference there, it's not as fast paced. Now, a lot of friends have asked me, Michael, what about the traffic between DC and I-4 in the Orlando area? It's true, I-4 and some traffic in Orlando is pretty bad. There's no doubt about it, I'm not denying it. Is it worse or better than the DC? That's actually kind of tough to say. There are times where DC is worse, there are times when I-4 is definitely worse. So it really varies. As far as I can tell, it varies, depends on the time of day, where you're going. Yeah, they're both traffic, not good. Living close to Disney has taught me so much about not only Disney, but the effects it has on all of us in the Disney community. It brings us hope. It brings us joy in times when we thought maybe we couldn't find those feelings. The reason I feel that way is I've spoken to a lot of friends who love Disney and Disney creators as well, and many of us feel this similar, I'm gonna say, draw to the magic, especially now that it's closed. It's closed at the moment, and we feel this pull, this need to get back. For many of us, it feels like something in the world is missing, and it's not just for those who live in the Orlando area. I've spoken to friends who live hundreds of miles away, or even thousands of miles away, and they still feel like something in the world is off. Yes, it's true, we have a global issue that we're all dealing with now, not downplaying that at all, but something else. I'm just, take that just to the side for a moment. Something else in the world is off related to Disney. For me, it's given me some time to reflect and pause and appreciate why I love Disney as much as I do. I love Disney because of the feelings it gives me, but why? Why do I have these feelings associated with Disney? It goes back for me to my childhood. I was brought here as a kid. I have a lot of family history with Disney, and for me, it has always brought me a smile. Ever since I was really, really young, some of my first memories in the parks, and I think that ties all the way to today. During this pause, I've had another realization, which I thought was super interesting. I cannot go to Disney now. None of us can. It's closed at the moment, but why do I love it even more and smile about it now, even though I can't go? I get a smile looking at the pins. I get a smile thinking about when I'll be back, wearing a magic band, wearing a Disney shirt. I smile. Why? Why I cannot go, but I still smile about it? After giving it a lot of thought, I think it ties into a theory that I mentioned more than a year ago. The magic lives at Disney. Very true, it lives there. But for many, it also lives within us. In many ways, Disney for me has become almost a conversation. I love the magic, and it kind of comes back to me, and it's this cycle of, I experience the magic and I love it, and it ties in with me, and then for some reason, it almost as if I experience something even at home with pins or a stuffed animal, whatever it is, and it ties back into that magic. So I love Disney so much that it kind of comes from within now. And for me, it brings me a smile. It really does, but it goes to show you the power of the Disney magic. This is why, even after not going to the parks for almost a month now, and I know for those who don't live as close, you're saying, oh, Michael, almost a month. I know, but I live close, I like to go a lot. I still feel this pull to go back to the magic. I'll be honest with you, I had a lot of thoughts about me just kind of driving on the property, just to drive around, see some of the areas, but my better judgment took over and said, no, Michael, we're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna wait till everything opens back up, and then we'll experience it together, just because the more of us that stay inside, the faster all of this goes away, and the faster we can go and experience the magic. But it continued that thought of, why do I feel this pull just to drive on property? Why do I just wanna drive my car on Disney property? I can't go to any of the resorts, can't go to any parks, can't even go to Disney Springs. Why do I just want to drive on property? It plays well into the question, was moving closer the right decision for me? Knowing that just driving on property, not being able to do anything because of the closure right now, would make me smile, it was definitely the right decision for me, because we're closer now. So now the follow-up question, which you can probably answer yourself at this point, but I will answer in this video: have I grown tired of Disney, living closer to it? No, I have not. Another good question that several friends have brought to my attention: what will change for me now in the future after all of this is said and done and we can go back into the parks? For some time I have thought about the phrase, distance makes the heart grow fonder, and it actually played into some of my fears about moving to the Orlando area. I thought for sure that I'd move closer and I wouldn't love it as much because I'm seeing it all the time now. Luckily, that did not play out that way, and I love it even more now. But with this distance now where we can't go into the parks, has it made me feel like I want to go back even more? Yes, it has. Once all of this is said and done and we go back to the park, I believe that feeling of loving it even more, the distance piece that we feel right now, will continue to kind of play out even after the parks are open. So we'll feel the distance. I want to go now, I can't go now. It opens back up, I'm so happy to be back. Even though it is open, once it opens back up, I'm so happy to be back and I've missed this place. I believe that feeling of being so happy to be back again is going to stick around long after this situation is gone, and even in our distant memories, that feeling of being back, we're back at the magic and it feels so good, is going to stick around for some time, and I'm going to remember it. In some ways, I believe it's also going to teach me an important lesson of maybe there are going to be some days where I'm going to want to stay home so I can get that feeling back again of, oh, I've missed it, I want to go back again. Maybe not that many days, especially at first. I'm going to want to run to the parks and go every day, at least for maybe a month or so. But after that, maybe it'll be like a day where we do some, at home, and then I want to get back so much faster. So maybe that will happen in the future. I don't know. But this feeling of that I've got to get back. It's, oh my gosh, I'm missing it so much today. We'll see. I think it's going to last for a little while. This will end. It will. And we're going to go back to the parks. And I believe after all of this is said and done, my appreciation for living closer to the magic is only going to grow. Even after 9 months, I'm smiling ear to ear. And it's thanks to you for being a part of it with me. Really, really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other questions about this topic that you'd like me to answer in the future. I'll definitely keep them in mind for future updates. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.